Hey VC, Tony here. Got a special Father's Day presentation. This is son Sean, young Sean, spelled S-E-A-N.
After Connery.
After Sean, the Sir Sean.
Sir Sean.
Now we were doing a Black Sabbath the other day. I did my modest but very cool Black Sabbath collection because the new Black Sabbath self-titled Rhino is sold out within 3 days, 4 days. So Doo Dave, who's a good friend of mine, he has his YouTube channel. It's a lot of fun. He's got some really interesting content. Doo Dave's been doing it all the way, coming from the heart. And he suggested I do a Grateful Dead, Allman Brothers. So I talked to Sean, who's a Grateful Dead aficionado. I'm not. I don't claim to be. But, of course, I have a lot of Grateful Dead records. So without further ado, we're going to thank Doo Dave for this suggestion. I want to thank all the subscribers out there. Please subscribe if you like.
Make sure you go to Doo Dave's page and subscribe as well.
Yeah,
he's
subscribe.
Awesome.
Subscribe to Doo Dave. Dave, you're out there. Have a great Father's Day. And we're going to take it. Sean's going to take over. We're going to talk about some of my records. A lot of these are originals. I've had these since high school, college. And we just went through the collection. There's quite a bit of Green Warners in here, the most desirable of the Dead. And Sean has a very impressive new Dead collection. What are they called from the vault?
Yeah, I have some Dave's picks, which we'll go over next video. If you guys like this, we'll do part 2. And then we're going to go through some of the reissues I have of Europe 72 special editions that GD Productions has been putting out, which are great. They do a great job.
And we saw Dead at Citi Field this year, I guess last summer.
Last summer. It might have been like a year ago. It was like June 20th or something.
With Big John. We have videos upline.
Yeah.
But I'm going to let Sean take over.
All right.
Like I said, I know Dead, but Sean got me back into Dead. And as Frankenstein said, the monster, Dead is good.
That's good.
Go ahead.
Well, happy Father's Day to you.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for coming over.
Good father, taught me everything I know about vinyl.
That's right.
So here we are, and other various things in life.
That's true.
So, all right, why don't you hand me one? What do we got?
Well, we're going to do this one. We just picked, this is a Wake of the Flood. Believe it or not, I must have got this as a cutout back in the day, but what's interesting is Sean pointed out that this is the Dead's. I thought this was a Green Warner, but it's not. It's even better. Go into that.
So check this out. This was the first record.
You hold it right up to the camera there.
This is the first record that the Grateful Dead released on their own record label, which they started up, I think, in '73, and this was the first album that came out in '73. So the Grateful Dead are the OGs of going independent in the record industry.
Before Zeppelin did it. Yeah. But what Sean was telling me was that this was originally maybe on a floppy disk, because it was during the oil embargo, 70, 72, 73. But this seems to be pretty rigid vinyl.
Yeah.
But
there's some editions out there where they used a cheaper
lighter vinyl.
They used a cheaper vinyl that the Dead did not think were up to their specs, because they were perfectionists from everything from the mix to the performance to the instruments to the actual vinyl they were using to press.
So Wake of the Dead.
But this is still great because you got the crow on it. I mean, the crow's.
It's almost like a
iconic.
Xerox label. It almost looks Xerox.
Yeah. All done in house, and it's Rick Griffin who's a longtime collaborator with them, did the cover, which is pretty cool. And a story about the cover. Apparently, like Rick Griffin was getting into Christianity. All these guys were into all these different religions and spiritual practices back in the late '60s, early '70s. So he kind of took inspiration from some biblical themes. You kind of see like the harvest, you have the flood.
This is very similar to Zeppelin's fourth album with Stairway to Heaven.
The guy with the
sticks.
The hermit.
The hermit, when that was a stick. So nothing is original, but Wake of the Flood is right here. So I guess what this is maybe he's storing his grain after the flood. Wake means after?
After the flood,
So this was after the flood. And Dylan had an album called Before the Flood.
Before the Flood.
Right.
Yeah. Antediluvian.
All right, there you go.
As we call it.
Next.
Before the Flood. So that's a good one. OG pressing. Pretty sweet. Now we have Live Dead. You want to pop that out?
Pop the gatefold. This is a beautiful.
That's OG 269.
This is a beautiful, and the girl's kind of risque. It's almost Americana, like the airplane. They're all from California. But are you ready?
Let's check it out.
Original inner, but
Wow.
a green double Warner.
That's
Perfect.
sweet.
Mint condition, rarely played, and always played with good styluses, good cartridges
Yeah.
through the years.
I mean, this one's mint. This is an album that a lot of people said got them really into the Dead, because I mean, you could see here just some of the raw photography from their early days.
All black and white.
All black and white, all early hippie scene stuff. And this is 69, which a lot of Deadheads call Primal Dead. You're kind of getting into their jazz, not quite jazzy.
Well,
but
would you count this in their canon? How many studio albums before this do you think?
if that's 69, then there was only
3?
2 or 3.
Yeah, it's usual. Usually when a band was hot, as in the Allman Brothers, Live to Fillmore East, they after 3 albums,
They'll release
they did a live album because it's free. They do it from a truck. They knew what they were doing back in the day.
Yeah, it's a Betty board. Bob and
yeah,
Betty
and
Cantor
this
are
was-
the mixers on this.
This is interesting because it has produced by the Dead and Bob and Betty,
Yeah, Betty
lyrics
Cantor.
Robert Hunter, tunes Jerry Garcia and Phil.
You got Ron Wickersham. You got Owsley, who's the bear. Augustus Stanley.
Live
Owsley.
recording by Amblick Recording Studios in California. Mixed at Muggles.
Yeah.
All right, so very cool. We'll go to the next.
Owsley Augustus Stanley.
Yeah, we'll
rather,
go
is
to the
what it
next
is.
one.
So he was their acid guy and their sound engineer. Got to have both in the late '60s, but that's big. That has a dark. What's on that? Can you tell us?
Yeah, it only has a few songs considered it's a double, but Dark Star, probably the first time live.
Yep.
Saint Stephen, the 11, don't even know that. Love Light,
Yep.
Death Don't Have No Mercy, and We Will Bid You. Are these all originals?
These are all the Death Don't Have No Mercy isn't, and We Bid You Good Night I don't think is, but the rest
Right.
are. But again, this is why it's Primal 69 Dead, because it's wild psychedelic jams with a
And-
little bit
and
of the
it got-
blues infusion.
It was what catapulted them later on.
A lot of people got into them because of that Dark Star, and they still reference it. And then, when they came out in '70 with American Beauty, I think I was '70. People were thrown off because then they went kind of country folk blues, because you went from Primal Dead, psychedelia, jams, jazz, blues infusion, kind of wild screaming guitars. Then you went 70 and it threw people off. So when they saw the band live, they either were still into it, or a lot of people were like, I'm not really riding this train. Well, do we have American Beauty? Wait, where's
Yeah,
the
American
band?
Beauty is in here.
Somewhere in the
Let me
Let's
pull
that
it
in
out.
there. Oh, I got it.
Oh, yeah, okay. Now, there's a couple in here. One's a green.
So this one's right. So now we get 69.
Pull
And
this
this
out.
is what year is this? Let's double check. 70 or
71?
71. Yeah, 1970s. That's what we were saying.
So, and this is a reissue, I believe. See, that's the palm tree, but we have a green one in here, which we'll pull.
We'll pull the
But
green
you could
one.
talk a little bit. I think I have something in here. Oh, it has the original inner.
Oh, what's that?
Just the inner. Warner.
No way.
Yeah, it's
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's
Okay,
cool.
so talk a little bit about that.
Yeah,
briefly.
so I mean, right? Most people, if you know the Dead, you know American Beauty. You got a lot of your classic tunes on here: Sugar Mags, Friend of the Devil, Broke Down Palace, Truckin's on here, Box of Rain, Friend of the Devil, Candyman's a good one. Really like that too.
It's funny, even Elvis, we have Elvis here. He doesn't talk much because of copyright, but he has his buddy Guy, polka dotted Grim on.
He's here.
Now, even if you watch some of the early clips during the Vegas years, rather, not too early, I think Elvis kind of, I'm paraphrasing, but he kind of said he likes a lot of the new bands, the Grass, the Dead, the Who. So I think he mentions. I think he mentions the
in
Dead.
there.
I think he mentions.
What
the
year is
Dead.
he doing that? Late 60s?
No,
Or
70s in Vegas.
Okay.
After 68.
Nice.
Okay, so Sugar Magnolia's on here, Box of Rain,
Yeah.
Friend of the Devil, Ripple. This could be a greatest hits.
Yeah. Some would say it is. Some might say it is. Alright, then we have Skull and Roses. We won't open up this one. This is a original.
It's a Green Warner.
It's kind of Green Warner, a little bit in, has some wear. Has some
Been to
rubber on
parties.
the road. Been to parties.
College
been spun
dorms.
around. College dorms, will assume the Bay Area. all over the country. So we'll leave that one, but we have another one that we could show you the full gatefold on it.
That's a Green Warner too.
Oh, unbelievable! So he's got a mint one with the Green Warner. So you can check out the gatefold.
We just bought the reissue a few years ago. When we
did.
gave a couple. We gave one to Sean. We gave one to
Big John, you guys know
Yeah.
Big John from the channel. Big supporter, big collaborator.
A lot of records.
A lot of records. A big man and a lot of records. So we got the green. We got the Green Warner again here. So that's OG. What year is this one? This might be 72 maybe, or 71.
71.
71. So you see the lineup. We don't have Keith yet. No Keith and Donna, but you got the OG fellas right there. We're missing Mickey Hart, though, it would seem, in this picture.
Well, Mickey Hart's playing, though, isn't he?
I don't know.
Oh, no, he's not on the
there.
band. It's Bob, Jerry, Phil, Bill,
Yeah, and
Pigpen.
Pigpen.
Wow.
Well, because he had a split because his dad stole money. His dad was the
Oh,
manager.
yeah, I
and
read
stole.
that.
So
I
good
read
Father's Day, too.
Yeah, that's a good.
Don't
Now,
do business with your
a
father.
lot of these were recorded at Winterland, Manhattan Center. I don't know where Manhattan Center in New York City was.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not the Garden. And Billy Graham's Fabled Fillmore East. They put Fabled Fillmore East. I'm
That's
sure he
cool.
wrote that.
Yeah, that's cool.
Dead Freaks Unite. Where are you?
Oh, yeah, that was big. That was their call to arms.
Oh, really?
That started a lot of Deadheads to come together. The Dead Freaks Unite.
And
Who
this
are
is-
you? Where are you?
There's
How
the
are you?
Beautiful gatefold. Great for Halloween.
And they call it Skull and Roses.
And we
but
miss Jerry. We still miss Jerry.
we still miss Jerry.
I saw Jerry at my college, Kane College in Union, New Jersey.
Wow.
And Sean actually found
Oh, yeah.
previous Father's Day, he found a recording on a CD,
Right.
a European CD.
That was cool.
That was good.
They
Okay.
also call this Skull F word. I don't know if we could say it on your
No,
channel,
let's say it.
but that's another term.
Okay, so this was in here?
Yeah.
Okay.
No. Yeah, it
All right.
was. All right. Yeah, so Skull and Roses is awesome. Another live compilation there. Now we jump a little bit ahead. We got like kind of greatest hits again that they released later on in their career. You want to pull the label out and check that one out for us?
Right. This is 77.
Yeah.
But a beautiful gatefold.
This is like 3 years after Skeletons from the Closet, which was like another greatest hits that they did.
And we hope you guys like this. If you do know a Deadhead person, which I'm sure everyone does, and we want to salute the Dead, we're still playing at the Sphere in Vegas. We're going to try to get a road trip out there.
Let's see if we could do
But this
it.
is a Palm 77. This is first edition.
What is the palm? What does that mean?
It means that it's the
Like,
Warner label with palm trees from California.
when did they start using that label?
I think they started using this 72, 71, if
Right.
I'm not wrong. Because
Probably.
70s, those were 70s, and then probably
69.
73. So that's the palm tree. Now these sound great. I have no problem with these. And this is a little floppier. This is during oil embargo, and it's not just the weight of the vinyl, because the RCA floppy discs or flex discs sound great. It's just that the vinyl was dirty. They would actually, because gasoline and petroleum products were so hot, they would actually throw old records into a melting pot with the paper.
God. And
With
that
the-
would get mixed
So that
in
would
with
get
it.
mixed in. That's why that vinyl is so
With
noisy.
the print.
And a
Wow.
lot of those records suffered, you know.
All right, so what do we got on this record? We got New Minglewood Blues. That's always great to see. Doing That Rag, New Speedway Boogie. You got a Jack Straw. Cumberland Blues. It's the shirt I got here. It's by an artist, Shakedown Styles. He's cool. You should check him out on Instagram. Brown Eyed Woman, Ramble on Roads. Nice.
Very nice. And here you go again. So
Here we go again. So now we have In the Dark. So we're just running through Tony's T-Lats collection.
yeah, these aren't in any order. They're all great.
Yeah, we're just ripping through. So you got In the Dark. It's 87. You know, some of you 80s Deadheads, 90s Deadheads probably
Another gatefold.
recognize this one. Another gatefold. You got the Rhythm Devils right there. Now we got
Mickey
Brent.
Hart's here, right?
Yep, Mickey Hart's back.
And this is produced by Jerry and John Cutler.
Nice.
And this is recorded at Martin Veterans Auditorium. So this is a live set.
I always like comparing this one. Now this is this should be a studio album. No. Recorded at Mars Veterans.
No, Basics recorded.
Basics.
Yeah, so they must be overdubbing.
Overdubs.
Yeah.
They did.
So Touch of Grey is on here. I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's big.
Wow.
I always like this album next to this one because it's kind of similar, like In the Dark and then Go to Heaven.
Right.
Go to Heaven's 1980.
They went south and north.
This is all studio.
And this is on Arista. When did they go to Arista? Do you know?
I don't know. This is Arista too. 80.
Yeah, this is Arista. Oh, Inner, custom Inner.
Oh, yeah,
Here
it's
they're
keep
almost.
showing that.
Here they're almost to me. They're not. They're popish. They're now I'm sure they didn't have anything. I'm sure the suits who owned the companies, Arista, they went from Warner to Arista for some reason. You know, maybe for money, but you can see they try to turn them into something they weren't. Like a bunch of guys standing together. They would never stand up like this. But this is a nice
That's cool.
independent
Look at that
label.
showing the label. That's cool.
Yeah, independent label has if you could see that, that's actually a skull
Yeah, with the roses
with the
on
dead,
it.
with the roses in the dark.
The birth,
So
as
this
we
is
call
good.
it.
Like a lot of these I haven't really pulled out in a long time. So thanks Doo Dave for a great suggestion. We did a quick dead video not too long ago with Big John, but we're sure this is good. We have different techniques now. Our cameras are better. So I'm sure this is going to be a viral video. Please pass it along. We need the views.
Tap the algorithm, will ya?
We need the views.
This guy's
That's another Arista.
this guy's retired. He's on a fixed income.
Yeah.
Help him out. He's got a bad vinyl habit, as you say.
Records are expensive.
Records are expensive. This Arista is pretty cool. So this one came out
That's
first.
the original Arista label. That's the standard
Show him that.
standard label.
Yeah, it's standard. So the other one's cool. 87.
Yeah, the Kinks are on Arista. A lot of bands went from a bigger label to Arista, and Arista wanted to build their catalog, so they paid these guys, big money, I guess. There's a inner. This is a custom inner too, Sean.
So you got another Stanley Mouse graphic. That's a classic Dead image. You kind of have the Phoenix there. Go to Heaven. Maybe it has something to do with the rising of a phoenix, death, rebirth, kind of.
Yeah, this
motif.
record I read.
That's a great one. I mean, you got
but
Althea.
it wasn't critically acclaimed at the
No,
time.
I don't think so.
I don't know if the Dead love this record as they should. All Dead, but
It has some of the best songs on it. I mean, Althea, Feels Like a Stranger,
right.
Alabama
Now,
Getaway.
does this have the two drummers,
Yep.
Mickey Hart and
Yeah. Mickey Hart came back in 70.
after his father ran away with
70, maybe early 75 before like the hiatus. You guys can tell me in the comments
Yeah.
what those dates
And this
were
is interesting.
from their touring.
This is
Might
funny.
be 76, 75.
I don't even know if Sean knows who this is, but
Who is it?
they actually. Oh no, Debbie Doobie. At first I thought it was the Doobie Brothers, but they thank Debbie Doobie.
Nice.
And Debbie Doobie must be the one who rolls the joints.
Hopefully.
Yeah,
I would think so. Yeah. Necessary.
Right,
Necessary.
Right.
Even in their older age in the 80s.
Yeah, they didn't have a guy who got coffee. They had a guy who rolled
the joints.
rolled the coffee.
Rolled the bones.
All right.
All right, now we have...
Oh, that's a nice one. San Francisco.
Now we have the Dead set. But let's see, where's the one that goes with that? Reckoning. I swore I had these organized a little bit. Stand by, please. Stand by.
You want Reckonings?
So we'll do both. So, alright, so Dead set, this is 81, I believe. Yeah, recorded in... So it's recorded both in California and in New York at a run of shows from September to October of 81. Now this is like the electric side of the sets.
Any guest on here, like a
Maybe.
John Mayer or
Not quite.
No.
Not quite John. So yeah, 1980 rather. And now this would be the acoustic sets that they did in the same run. So you want
really?
to kind of pair Reckoning.
Oh, this is a brother
with
and sister
Dead Set.
combo.
Kind of a brother-sister combo.
And this
there.
is on Arista as well.
Yeah, also, Arista, yep.
This has China Doll, which is from Mars Hotel, right?
Correct. Very good, very good.
Wow, so this is after Mars Hotel.
Yeah, Mars Hotel 74.
I love this cover, though.
That's a good cover.
So this is
I always
electric,
like that.
that's acoustic?
This is acoustic, this is electric.
okay.
So they go together. They're kind
Right.
of accompanying one
And this is a
another.
double, but it's not a gatefold. I'll show you the inners.
Yeah, let's check out the inners on there.
Inners are custom.
Yeah.
So it has Reckoning. There's the inner, if you can see that.
Yeah.
And we want to thank everyone again. If you haven't subbed, please sub, and
It's
also
on the other side.
pass this on. There's some cool. Haight
That's them
Ashbury.
from back in the day, and then
Yeah.
that's them modern.
And that's the
at
famous
time.
Crossroads in
Right,
Frisco.
Right. The
Haight
Haight Ashbury.
Ashbury. And this was
Anyone extra? in
recording a live recording by Betty Cantor Jackson.
there? Yep. Betty Cantor, Betty Boards. as
Cutler's
they're
on
called.
here. Scully. Grateful Dead, Bonnie Parker, special thing. 1981. Ice Nine Publishing.
So that's their own publishing
Right,
company.
Does Ice Nine mean anything to you?
Ice Nine.
Is that an asset?
No, they're referencing Kurt Vonnegut's.
Oh.
I think it's Cat's Cradle.
Good.
Is Ice Nine.
Sean has an extensive collection of first
a lot of
editions.
good books.
He's a Freudian, young,
Freudian,
young
Jungian.
with the Y,
It's
with the
Y,
J,
with
with the
the
J.
J.
Yeah,
It's either Cat's Cradle or Slaughterhouse 5. I think it's one of those.
so I wouldn't know that.
But Vonnegut, it's like
You
his
didn't find
made
anything
up.
right about that.
It's like his made up chemical warfare. They drop it and it freezes everything. Ice
Oh,
Nine.
wow.
And they were tongue in cheek. The Dead read all that stuff, the satire.
That's how they got
the
ideas.
fiction.
They
That's
got
how they got ideas. They
yeah.
were big into science fiction, and Vonnegut did a lot of sci-fi
But Jim
stuff.
Morrison's collection, I remember
He was
he has a
cool.
huge collection, and he
cool.
would say to his friends, he would say, "What's up with all these books?" He goes, "Well, I read every one of them, and if someone pulled a book and read a passage, Jim would know that passage. He had a photographic memory,
Be able to finish
just like
it,
Elvis
right?
had a
Yeah.
photographic memory."
I think that was in No One Here
Yeah.
Gets Out Alive.
Yeah,
book.
exactly.
that's a good
Elvis
book.
would actually memorize the entire script, including all the other actors in the movie.
No way.
Yeah, photograph. That's how you can remember the songs.
Well, Bob Weir has a good memory because
'Cause
he's
he doesn't write
dyslexic.
music.
He can't even read really. He's really dyslexic.
He remembers all those tunes.
Yeah, so he's forced to remember it, which serves these guys because they have parts of their brains are working overtime and are actually probably enlarged to remember these lyrics and the music accompanying it without needing a reference because they don't
Sean
rely
has two
on
of
reading.
these.
Yeah, there's two of those.
Both has barcodes. I guess it's a barcode.
What
Great.
does that mean? What do
That's
you mean?
the barcode
Yeah,
here.
but why? Don't
That's
they all
after
barcodes?
certain. No, the early ones was
Oh,
before
yeah,
barcode.
Oh, yeah.
That's how you could tell.
Wow.
But look at that. That's a great.
That's great. It's
Great
very
fold,
clean.
yeah.
Classic picture too there. You got the Bay and then you got New York and San Francisco are both. same.
Oh yeah.
San
They're not.
Francisco's on one side, then New York's the other.
Well, let's go. Yeah,
That's sweet.
excellent.
All right, now we'll keep moving.
The tolls
here.
have gone up since then.
Keep
Do you want to pull that off?
yeah, pull it off.
We don't know what. We don't. Is this a reissue?
I think it is. I think John looked at it one
No, go ahead.
last time. So,
Right, so they don't fall out.
you got the Ice Cream Kid classic image there, and this is Europe '72. So they're in Europe in the spring of
This is a
72.
trifold,
Trifold.
so it's got blank. Was that
I
normal?
guess it's a little weak for the
Yeah,
dead,
yeah,
but
but
it is what it is.
and let's see what it is.
Check out.
There's the inner.
Yeah,
This is a
oh,
wall.
it's a green horse.
This is
That's
a-
original.
It's an original too.
Wow.
We do have the reissue
Yeah,
somewhere.
yeah, we do.
We don't pull everything. We try not to pull repetition.
I kind of like this here. You could see, you got the Mouse Kelly, little mouse insignia above the Bertha. That's kind of neat. I haven't really seen that in any other records. But yeah, Europe '72 is considered some of their best runs of all time. They don't have Mickey Hart in this.
Well, what's interesting is you have the box set of this tour in Europe '72.
Yes,
That's the every show.
it's every song for their run at the Lyceum Theater.
Oh, the
Of
Lyceum.
a 3-night run. I think it was 3 nights at the Lyceum. But this is just like a lot of overdubs are on this, guys. So when this sounds so good, I always thought that it was all original because it's hard to tell because the Dead play so good live. But they did a lot of meticulous overdubs because they wanted to make money off this record. They knew what they were
Well,
doing.
it's hard for a group to, not hard, but a group had to be top tier to be able to release a 3-album set.
True.
You have the only ones I could think of is maybe Woodstock, which I believe was triple. Yes, maybe one of the Yes songs was a triple, but there's not many triple albums in it. Can you see a price on here? What's that list price say?
It says 3WX.
That's the number. Let's see. Sometimes the list price. Oh, this was a $9.98 list.
Exactly.
So a $9.98 list price, and this is 72. 73.
72.
So $9.98 list price meant that the manufacturer priced this at $9.98 for a triple record, and the stores would discount it. You might be able to get this record for $7.99,
Wow.
$6.99, $8.99, because they would always discount them.
What would that be like in today's money? $35 or something?
No, I would think it's more like $50.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, $50
cool.
today, which is what you would pay today
Yeah.
for maybe a double.
Yeah, for double.
This is great.
triple.
This is in Shrink.
Yeah, we love this.
One of my favorite Dead albums.
Terrapin's awesome. You know, we got the Terrapin Station. We got the skull with the bone through it. I always love that artwork. It's one of my favorites for the Dead iconography. I mean, yeah, you know, you got the Terrapin Suite on here, guys. You all know that, and it's pretty awesome.
What label is this? This is Arista. They
Arista,
were
that
quite a
was
bit on
Arista.
Arista.
Yeah,
And here's an inner, which is
another one.
a custom inner.
Yeah. Is that an original pressing?
Yeah, this is original. Yeah, this is a desirable record. Look at that.
Wow, that's sweet.
It's mint.
Very clean. Yeah, and you have the suite on it, which side 2, Terrapin Part 1, Lady with a Fan, Terrapin Station, Terrapin Transit, At a Siding, Terrapin Flyer, and the refrain.
Now, how did they come up with so many records in such a short period of time? How prolific were they? And how many writers were they? Just a few?
Well, they had Bob Weir's buddy, John Perry Barlow wrote with Bob, and then Hunter and Jerry
How
wrote.
about Hart?
Phil wrote. Hart didn't really write. I think he helped write like a couple.
And this has
not
Donna
much.
and Keith. Were they new at that time?
They were new on Europe 72 was their first album with them. So Don and Keith joined the band, I think, a couple months right before Europe 72. So
What did it take for them to even bring people on?
You don't know the story about Donna and
No, I didn't.
Keith? So they were Deadheads. So you know Donna sang with Elvis.
Yeah, you did
I
tell
told
me
you
that.
that.
Right.
So she's on.
Wow, it was Elvis, right? Thank you
Elvis
very
knows
much.
her. Thank you very much. She was on. You can hear her in "Caught in a Trap."
Oh, that's her?
Yeah, it's her yelling in the back.
Oh, man. Suspicious Minds.
Yeah, that's that.
Elvis
So
comeback stuff.
she was in Muscle Shoals. It was at
Oh,
Alabama.
that makes sense. Yeah, right.
So her and her friends, who were all singers in the local high school, sang at the studio in Muscle Shoals. So she knew she was a trained, studio seasoned singer. She moved out west to be a part of the hippie thing. She met Keith. They kind of hooked up. They shacked up together, and they both liked the Grateful Dead. So they went to a show, a Jerry Garcia show at one of the clubs around the Bay Area, and they just told Jerry they wanted to talk to him. And Jerry came out and sat at a table with him and just said, "Yeah, what's up?" And then Donna said, "This is Keith Godchow. He's your new piano player." And then Jerry said, "Okay." And he invited him to come hang out. They all hung out.
Clicked.
They clicked. And then Jerry said, "Come back and we'll do, like another time, we'll do like a, what do you call it, an audition with the band."
Right,
But
right.
Keith
See
was-
if the
Keith-
band,
yeah.
see if the band
Sing.
felt comfortable.
That was it.
It's
I
all
mean,
about comfort.
That's how the Dead were, though. They're very inclusive. You hear the Grateful Dead family and that around that time.
But
like
nothing was
70,
planned.
71.
It was just happened
They
by
went with
fate.
the flow.
Right.
By fate. So that's pretty amazing. Imagine, that's like sitting down today, showing up to like the Red Hot Chili Peppers and telling them you got their new guitar.
This is
It's
the
not
new.
gonna
Yeah,
happen.
this is the new. This is your new.
It's not gonna happen.
Well, in my case, I would be the new tambourine player.
right.
I
yeah,
could do
yeah,
that.
That's what you could have.
That's about it. I
can
can't
tell
read
them.
music, but I could read
You
tambourine.
can do that. You can keep. the
Especially
beat.
when you hold it and they put money in it.
Yeah, that's a good. Pass around.
This is
pass
my
the buck.
favorite. I think this is the first Dead album I actually bought.
Oh yeah.
Then I went back in time. This was also
cool.
a cut. I wasn't a Deadhead. Guys I worked with at Vogel's, they were all Deadheads. Another one that they loved was Will the Circle Be Unbroken album.
Oh yeah, I love
With
that
the Nitty
one.
Gritty Dirt Band.
Yeah,
but
they're cool.
these guys
Was
were
Jerry
great.
in that?
No, I
See,
don't think so.
no.
But I have Jerry
Same
solo
vibe.
stuff. But
Same
This-
vibe.
I-
like
when
folk
I-
blues.
when this is Blues for Allah. But when I thought it was Mars Hotel. But this is great, and you can talk about
Blues
this
for
one.
Allah is great.
Yeah, I'll pull this out. It might have been Mars Hotel was the first one I got.
That's the one we got.
I thought it was actually a live album.
We'll get to it.
I thought it was live. Here's the inner, which is lyrics, which is rare, right, Sean?
Yeah.
They didn't do
They
lyrics.
didn't really do that often. This
Yeah.
is pretty cool to see. This is 76, I want to say.
And there's the their custom label,
Yeah.
custom Dead label,
Yeah.
right there.
percussion and crickets. Mickey Hart plays on this one. That's interesting. This is great. I mean, more like iconic artwork here.
Yeah, that's
and
beautiful
symbols.
artwork.
I mean,
That's
you
been
really love
that's
that.
been posterized
all
over Manhattan.
all over the world. It's been put up
This is a
everywhere.
glossy
Good
finish. It's a, believe it or not, with the list price on it was this probably a $5.98, but it's cut out. So back in my time, cutouts were something I would always go and pick up as many as I could at $1.99.
Right.
So you probably got this record for $1.99 because they had an overrun.
Right. And I like how they do this side and the other side.
Right. That's something that they do today too.
Blues for Allah. Yeah, this is 75, so they're back in the studio. They're probably going to hit the road again after their
which means they were only in vogue for what, 10 years? They started in 65.
So 10 years. And
But this
look at
seemed
a picture of them
But
too.
this seemed like
Miles
1,000
beyond.
years
After Oxamoxoa,
from when they started. 1,000 years.
Live Dead. It's like this is considered kind of their foray into that jazz, more deeper into the jazzy fusion side of things. And
this is actually, for all you audiophiles out there, we're all audiophiles, mastered at Artisan Sound Records in Hollywood. So this is a great studio.
Oh yeah, it's a good mastering studio.
Oh, definitely Artisan.
Nice. All right, now we got Shakedown Street. This is a great album. I mean, we got 78. So we just did 75. Now we're up to 78. Shakedown Street.
We pull that out for you.
Awesome jams on here.
There you go.
Kind of getting into the disco feel, they say on
There's
this
the
one.
vinyl, beautiful. Now I know you're out there saying, "How does he keep his records so?"
How
I
does
don't
he
know.
do it?
We don't know how we do it.
How we do
And
it.
here's a this was interesting. It was actually in here. I kept it. It was a application
Send
to
away.
apply for the Air Force.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
I'm glad you didn't
Skills
go.
up tomorrow for a buddy. Air Force experience.
That's pretty hard,
Wow.
buddy.
Yeah.
Well, we got here, obviously Shakedown Street, but I Need a Miracle too here, which is a
Big
nice,
hit.
big hit. Kind of had a little bit more of that little disco-y rock feel to it. If I Had the World to Give, the kind of a slower 70s ballad feel. Fire on the Mountain, obviously that
Wow.
was huge. Stagger Lee, that's a great song. Yeah, really cool stuff on there.
And this is mastered by George Horn of the Automat San Fran, another famous
Okay,
mastering engineer.
nice.
Why the Zoot Suit? Is that something that they started getting into?
Nah, just 70s vibes.
Wow.
78, right? So you didn't get that
Well,
one.
when
it
we
came
went
out,
to
did
see
you?
them, there was a Shakedown Street. Is that what they call it?
That's why they call it Shakedown.
The
Street.
corridor where they're selling
Connection.
everything from live goldfish
Yeah.
to tie-dyed shirts.
Yeah, basically.
Right.
Live goldfish to tie-dye
Yeah.
shirts. Yeah, when you go to the Dead show, it's fun because it's like a circus.
Yeah, it's.
And Shakedown
Yeah,
Street is
we
where
went,
everyone meets
We went
up.
to see the Stones the other day,
Yeah.
and I was hoping for a lot of tailgating, but the vibe was nothing.
Not as cool,
Doesn't
right?
come close as the
Doesn't come
Dead.
close to the
No,
Dead.
no. Well,
really
they may be.
doesn't.
Well, the fans are the same age, but nothing comes close.
Yeah, it's true. And we come up to Steal Your Face, right? It's another classic live compilation. Came out in 76, but it's recorded from 74. I think Winterland. Yeah, Winterland, San
Casey,
Francisco.
is this the Promised Land? Chuck Berry
Yeah, Chuck Berry
and
on
Elvis.
there.
My favorite is Elvis's Promised Land,
So
and
you
it starts
see-
off with the Promised
You
Land.
see there, you got the 74 is the year of the Wall of Sound, which is famous. You're going to get it a little bit lower. Get a picture. That's their famous custom sound system. Again, the Dead were meticulous from everything from what was inside their instruments to what was inside their speaker cabinets. So
I think Keith Richards
gotta realize
actually.
that.
I think Keith Richards actually got
Was
some
into that.
amps from the Dead.
yeah, for Alembic Studios, maybe.
and they were
There's
and they
some
were
guys.
actually and they started using. I believe that's the story, but
Yeah,
you know,
I can believe it.
And here's another to one side.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
One side,
Yeah.
other side, and you got the Jester on there.
So that's cool. So this is a great cover.
Can't believe how many. He never told me he had this much. He's been holding out on me.
Well, I have doubles for you.
All right, that's good. That's good.
I just got to reissue this from Big John. I love this record.
This is a great
All
record.
covers.
Yeah, I got the reissue
Right.
too. It was really good. Grateful Dead Productions does a great job with it. So this is Bear's Choice, History of the Grateful Dead, Volume 1, also known as Bear's Choice. First time you get the Marching Bears. So that's what Owsley called them, the Marching Bears. They're not dancing.
If you put this on your turntable, you could see a march, but I wouldn't recommend it. Don't try that at home.
Don't try that at home.
Oh, that would have been cool. And here's a palm tree Warner.
So it's probably not an original from
No, this is probably original. I don't think this
really?
is green.
Well, this came out 73 originally.
It may be on the cusp.
Yeah, 73.
Yeah, so it may not be. But look at that.
See if that says 73 on it. We like to date things for historians here. Flip it. I guess it's from 73. It's in there.
Well, oh no, recorded in 1970.
Well, yeah, it's a compilation.
Yeah, it's a
but released
compilation,
in
yeah.
73.
Well, you could see that. So
this was kind of like Owsley Stanley.
But they're all covers.
Their engineer was looking to record sound in real time. He called it his sonic journals, and his goal was to make a record where it sounds like you're in the room with the band, authentically, like exactly how it would sound. That's what he mic'd things up for. So he engineered, I believe, all these. He was the recording engineer.
But check out what's on here.
He
Now.
chose these.
Smokestack Lightning by Chester Barnett. That's Howlin'.
Yeah.
Hard to Handle, the original.
Who sang that originally? You know?
Well, I know Tom Jones did it, and the Black Crowes did it, but Hard to Handle is a classic.
Right.
Katie May, Dark Hollow, I've Been All Around the World. Wake Up Little Susie.
Yeah, it's a good one.
It's great, and that's
acoustic.
And then Black Peter.
That's an original.
That's original. That clocks in at over almost 8 minutes.
So the reason why you have all those bluesy songs is this is a tribute to Pigpen. Because Pigpen had just died.
He had died?
I think he died either early 73 or late 72.
And here's another
I think
cutout.
early 72 Pigpen died. So Bear put this together as kind of a Pigpen tribute.
Well, we just got the reissue for Christmas.
The Smokestack Lightning on this is awesome.
Unbelievable.
I would say give that a listen.
Classic.
Now we got your classic, The Working Man's Dead. The Grateful Dead, The Working Man's Dead. This is also 1970, so you got this on the heels of American Beauty. Some say they could be the same album, which I would agree, right? If you put them together, you're getting the folk, blues, rock feel.
I can check that out.
What's that inner for?
That's the inner. This is not.
That's not.
No, this inner.
Warner.
This Warner, but I don't know if this inner came out with the green vinyls. I may have switched it.
So we got another original green.
But that's a green vinyl, and this is like so sweet. It's so minty. I don't like to use minty, but it's near mint. It's
mint, my
nothing's
friend.
mint.
So you got Cumberland Blues, you got Easy Wind, you got New Speedway Boogie, High Time, Direwolf, Uncle John's Band. I mean, you could put this album on over and over again, and it came right on the heels of American Beauty, and it's all Americana. That's them getting down to their roots for that bluegrass folk feel with
Casey
a little bit
Jones
of their,
closes the set.
A little bit of their blues infusion with the Pigpen touches.
And Black Peter's on here. Was Black Peter on that record?
Black Peter was on that one too.
Okay.
Yeah, Black Peter.
All right.
Death Song.
I can remember short-term memory.
Short-term memory. And now we have.
That's
I think
a
this is
nice
their
cover.
first record, right?
Don't know.
I think this is the very first one. Let us know down below, guys.
Yeah, Warner,
Comments.
1689. Let me just pull it.
What does that mean then?
That's just their catalog number. It's early though. It's early.
Is that early? Wow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, wait,
And-
1,689. That's it in like their
Probably their
archives.
The number.
That's it.
I would think.
It's
Yeah.
early.
And here's just the reissue Palm Tree,
Yeah.
which is really nice.
So let's see. What does the back of this one say? So I mean, this would have been. I don't know what year this one would have came out. To be honest.
69.
Oh, 68.
68.
68. This
Wow.
one came out originally. It's pretty cool.
No barcode.
No barcode. I mean, you got Jerry in the classic Uncle Sam, Captain Trips hat, as they called him back then. There was no Uncle Sam yet. There's no U.S. Blues quite yet. You kind of got the so you can see here, this is Primal Dead again. You got psychedelia, you got the fire, you got the kind of Indian, Eastern Indian
hold that
imagery
up here for
happening,
you.
kind of funky.
See that there? I'll start doing this a little bit.
Yeah.
I can get up. Sean's running the show.
That's good running it.
But,
So that I mean, you know, that's a great album. Again, if you want to get back down to some of their experimental sounds, let's see what We have the Golden Road to Unlimited Devotion. That's a good
Morning Dew?
psychedelic
That's
jam.
that's a traditional,
Morning
right?
Dews are traditional, but they psychedelicize. New Minglewood Blues. So sometimes they call it New Minglewood Blues, sometimes New Minglewood Blues. This version has different lyrics than subsequent versions, so you should check that out.
Interesting. Good morning, little schoolgirls.
Also
Muddy
on
Waters
here, yeah.
and Sitting on Top of the World, Howlin' Wolf.
Howlin' Wolf again, yep.
Wow.
So that's the Pig.
I did
Pen
not realize they
influence.
were so bluesy.
They're all. That's the Primal Dead is the rock, the
right.
psychedelic, almost like Cream,
Yeah.
like you're
more acoustic.
or like Hendrix.
Right.
Back then, they were doing that on those.
Well,
on
they
those,
said they were hanging with Janis Joplin at this
Psychedelics,
time. They
exactly.
were friends with
They
Joplin.
were with everyone. Beat It On Down the Line. I love. That's a great one.
And
Cold Rain and Snow.
Jerry's nickname was Captain Trips.
Oh yeah, there he is. They actually put it in there because he's got the hat on, so he's Captain Trips.
Before
Captain
the beard.
Trips.
Before the beard.
Before the beard, clean cut. I mean, they're all so young here. Pretty crazy to imagine what they're doing.
They had no idea that they'd be playing at Las Vegas in a
idea.
residency.
So now is this? I think this is a studio, right? Yeah, engineer
Yeah.
studio. They're in the college.
Violi Blues, that's a jam. 10 minutes.
Violi Blues is a great jam.
I have to play
Wrote
this
a
later.
letter.
Well, happy Father's Day out there. It's
Happy
having a great Father's Day
Father's
here.
Day. I'm a
The
good
rest,
set.
the rest of the kids will be coming over. Or we'll be going
Kids
there.
come on over
We
for
don't even
dinner. We don't know. We don't really
I
plan.
think, I think we're
Just let
going
it
over
ride.
there.
Let it ride.
Right,
we
yeah, that's
got
the
another
best stuff.
father in the family. My brother.
Right.
Excellent father.
Real good.
Amazing. Two great nephews.
Well, luckily, Sean's
grandkids.
the vinyl guy.
I'm the vinyl guy, so I can hang around for this. Now we have Skeletons from the Closet. So the other greatest hits you saw, the other one, Long Strange Trip It's Been, is 3 years after this album. Why don't you tell us about the back, Tone? I know you like to point that
Well,
out.
we have some celebrities there. They're all pointing out. You can see Brando from the motorcycle movie he did. Right there. I'll put this closer here, closer to the camera.
Whoa.
I'm not sure if that's
I don't know who the guy in the middle
that's
is.
Cesar Romero. I'm not sure.
I think
I
it
used to
is.
know, but
I think it is. Yeah.
really, you guys would know. Not important, but cool. And there's someone in the in that van.
Yeah.
Who's in the van?
I don't know. Someone.
Maybe it's Dylan.
Looks like Dylan a little bit.
And this is the inner.
Yeah. This is
And you can see this is
1970.
a Best of the Dead right there.
This is 74, yeah.
Yeah, Best of the Dead. So
Nice.
probably the first press. All right, next
Cool.
up,
All right, now we're on to
some classic.
Tony's T-Lat's first
Yeah,
Grateful Dead record he bought.
I was disappointed because it really wasn't live from Mars.
He thought it was live up until like 3 years ago.
Right, right.
It's just because that, but again, right, testament to how good they are.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
you hear them live, you hear them in the studio. You go, I'm not sure.
Sure,
Everything
sure.
sounds electrified and spontaneous in
Take
the
it out of
moment.
here for you.
Oh yes, I got it.
And there you go.
So from Mars Hotel, we got some awesome, iconic
Oh, nice
artwork.
cover.
Wow.
Nice, check
And
it
this
out.
is another Grateful Dead records. You have the other original label. 'Cause
This is
a
the original
GDP.
label?
This is their record label when they were independent. So that's cool to have.
I did not know
T-Lat,
that. Well, this is
that's good.
first.
So this
I bought
comes
this
off
at the
of,
record store.
this jumps off of the heels of
But
Wake
Sean,
of the
look at the
Fly.
quality.
Yeah. This is coming right
Now
off.
this is what is desirable. These records are not anyway. They're better than VG Plus. They're excellent. They're near mint.
Premier man. And he plays this. We listen to this all,
But I
once
didn't
a
know.
year, a couple
I,
times a
I
year.
always loved the blue label.
Yeah, so that's their label.
Money,
That's rare.
money. Ship of Fools.
Ship of Fools. So this is actually we're on the 50th anniversary of this, guys. This came out in June
Wow.
of '74. So if you go on GratefulDead.com or whatever it is, they got some cool re-releases for it. I suggest picking one
And they
out.
did not pay us to say that.
They don't pay us to say it, but they can.
Well, we could
They
take.
can.
Well,
We
Sean's
could take
got
some
a real.
commission.
Part 2 is going to be some of Sean's.
Yeah.
Also, the CD collections.
Oh
Of the
yeah,
box
Dave's
sets.
picks are cool. See,
Yeah.
yeah, we'll do this Dave picks CDs. But I always loved the artwork. Dad used to play this one. I used to like looking at this and wonder, like, who are these guys? Like, they look like aliens from a whole nother planet. You could see Donna there just had their baby, so Keith and Donna had their first child there. I'm trying to remember his name.
Was this in homage to the Doors live at the Morrison Hotel?
No. They just went. This was like a defunct hotel around the Bay Area.
They recorded there?
No, they just went and they did they took the picture in the lounge of the hotel. That's
Oh.
actually in their lounge.
Oh, really?
And then I guess Kelly or Mouse superimposed all
The
these
landscape.
all the landscape and like did all the artwork on on themselves with like how they're dressed all
Well,
funny.
this is turning out to be a
pretty
good
cool.
video, showing very knowledgeable.
Well, this one, what's your favorite on this one? What would you say?
U.S. Blues.
Yeah, that one's good.
China Doll.
I like China
Ship of
Doll.
Fools.
It's like too hard to choose.
Yeah,
right?
I would have to.
It's
listen
amazing.
To it.
I mean, you got Scarlet Begonias.
And that's
guys.
only 74.
Yeah, but I always thought this
It's
record
so-
too with their
It was
with
older, right?
yeah, because even
I mean,
the style reminds me more of something I'd see in like 77, 76,
later,
78
later, yeah.
with kind of this like
Right.
yes landscape, and you're getting more.
And
like,
what's the
cosmic.
lizard symbolize?
I think the lizard was just a toy they found. There was like a toy lizard that was in the lounge, and then Mouse or Kelly, whoever did the artwork,
Threw it up there.
just added legs to it to make it look weird. It was like a toy crocodile. And
Oh,
just put it
alright,
up.
alright.
But I always wondered that too, right?
Yeah.
Like, what is that thing?
yeah, it's an alligator
That's cool.
with
With
well,
extra
maybe
legs. It's like a gecko, and then it's got extra legs he put on.
Very
But it's
cool.
like a toy. It was like a stuffed animal that was apparently
And there's a baby
in the
here.
lounge. Yeah, that's their baby.
That's their
Darn
baby.
Keith,
Yeah,
you're saying.
there's a baby there.
So
Alright.
I like Scarlet on that, obviously. It's
Okay.
the best. It's the big one, but all the songs are great. And we have another version of Live Dead, which we talked about, but let's check the
Did we
label
open
on
this
that.
yet?
No, this one's a little cleaner,
Right.
but I think it's also original. It looks original to me.
Well, let's see what the label is.
I doubt it.
We never know.
I don't know. In Tony's collection, his archives.
No,
not
it's
deep
still a
now.
palm, so it's
Still a
but it's
palm.
feel the weight of that. It's heavier.
Yeah, it's
a
heavier,
heavier weight.
weightier. A little bit more meat on this.
And
bone.
I don't believe that you might know. Did the Dead ever have records in mono? Or they passed that?
No, they were
The
past
early
that.
records were in mono because the
Never.
Airplane,
Some
who they were
mono.
contemporaries with. We're gonna do a whole show
Yeah.
with the mono and stereo early Airplane.
I don't think they ever did that because they were so into the sound, and Owsley wanted to capture that stereo quality
They
of
could and
being in the
headphones,
room.
headphone
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
right?
So I don't think they ever did a mono, but let us know in the comments, guys. Jump on the message
And let us know if you
boards.
want to see another one of these other father-son videos with some of my collection. I have a lot of
do
classic stuff.
We could do it.
We could do Doors. We could do Stones. We could do.
Yeah.
We're gonna do another Dave's
We'll do the
suggestion.
Dave's picks.
Was the Allman Brothers,
Dave, your friend
which
Dave.
would
you
pick
mean.
it.
So this is another American Beauty. He's got another green label there. That's pretty sick. And like I said, some people say that American Beauty, Working Man's Dead could be one record, and then some people say that you could take Europe 72 and combine that with some of the newer songs they introduced there, and it's all kind of one
Look
Americana
at that stack.
folk blues feel.
Look at that stack so far.
Pretty
It's
tasty.
amazing.
Pretty tasty. All right, I think, should we call it?
You want,
Oh,
let's do the
oh,
solos.
I
and then
forgot.
We'll do the solos.
We'll do that next time.
The solos?
No, the other ones.
Okay, yeah, we'll do.
We got to keep you guys
Wait,
wanting
you know
more.
what? We'll do this.
Do this.
We'll do this next time.
Yeah, we'll do that now. We'll do that, and then I have
Right.
the special record store days of the re-releases on 72 for just concerts that have been released on the CD set that came out. I'm not sure when they came out, like 2002 or something. But now they're starting to release them on vinyl, which is really cool. As guys who are into the vinyls, plural. You got
Yeah.
to pluralize it. You got to put an extra S. We like getting it in the hard copy, analog.
It's just some
This is
solo
cool.
stuff.
We got Kingfish. That's
Now,
Bobby.
who's on Kingfish?
Bobby
Fish.
Weir's solo. I don't even know who the other guys are. Do you? I never really looked at
And this
it.
was a cutout. It's got a hole punch in it, so we picked that up. This is on Jet Records, which, as you know, is I think it was the ELO's first genre into, or first jump into UA. They had the Jet label.
Who?
ELO.
Oh,
It was on Jet, so
cool.
that's UA Jet.
We'll check this
Here's
out.
the inner. Live at Kick, and this is live.
So if you look here, up in the corner, you see they got these albums. That's actually their first album.
Oh,
They
nice.
tucked away in their dressing room mock-up.
So
for the
they at
shoot.
least sold one at the
They
time.
at least sold a.
These
yeah,
didn't
they
sell a
sold
lot,
couple.
right? This was big.
I don't know.
This had, Sean, point out the hype sticker.
The hype sticker's sweet. So yeah, now we'll go to that one. That's the first one they released.
This is
right?
still in shrink.
Wow.
Yeah.
with the hype sticker.
let me
We
show-
love
let
that.
me
We
show
love the
this.
relics of the olden days.
Oh, round records.
Round Records. So now this is
Rounder Records.
so Grateful Dead Records. I think dissolved at a point, and then Round Records is Jerry Garcia and one of their managers put that together.
Oh, that's Old and in the Way is on
In
Rounder.
the way, and then that was like his vehicle to release stuff, and then the independent stuff for all the Dead members were on.
Well,
Round.
we also have some great blues on Rounder, I believe. I'm not sure if Buddy Guy was on Rounder, but we know, what's his name? One bourbon, one shot, one beer.
John Lee Hooker is on
no,
Round.
the one who did the reissue.
Oh,
of that.
George Thorogood.
Thorogood was on.
Yeah.
First Thorogood's great on Rounder.
Oh, yeah.
And Rounder records always sounded really nice.
Yeah, Round's cool.
So, and what's the Kingfish guy?
I think it's just
See,
like
a mythical Atlantis?
guy. Yeah, Atlantis, Poseidon, maybe like
Poseidon,
King Arthur,
yeah.
the Fisher King.
Right.
It's kind of the king of the land.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Very prolific.
Very prolific. Like, it's amazing you think in 77,
He's still doing solo
he's
stuff.
still doing the solo stuff here and playing live while on the legendary 77 runs of the Grateful Dead with, like, Cornell.
Well, that's what the amphetamines were for.
Upstate New York, that's what the speed was for. Well, probably cocaine at this point.
Oh, sure.
Speed was in their younger years.
Right.
Wow, this is cool. So now we have Merle Saunders,
That's just
John
been reissued.
Kahn, Bill Vitt, live at the Keystone. This is huge. People love Jerry Garcia Band, JGB. I mean, you know, if you're a Deadhead, you know, on Sundays, like today, you put on JGB. It's like going to church, they call it. You know why they say that? Did a lot of spirituals, R&B.
Oh, okay.
So it
Gospel.
has that gospel feel. You know, you got like That's Alright, My Funny Valentine, Finders Keepers, Losers Weepers. He does some Dylan too, right? Positively 4th Street, Takes a Lot to Laugh,
Is
Takes a
it
Train to
Gatefold?
Cry.
Just so Gatefold?
I didn't show it. Pop.
And there's they're all hanging out in the behind the,
Oh yeah, that's
the
cool.
green room.
There's a story about the guy in the.
There's a nunnery.
There's someone
there's
about
a
the guy
cop.
in the nun thing in the cop.
The cop looks like Muddy Waters.
Yeah, could be.
If you look at the cop, who knows?
Who knows?
It takes a lot to laugh. It takes a train to cry. I don't even know what that means.
Yeah, it's whatever you want it to mean.
Yeah,
it's Bob Dylan.
Positively 4th Street.
Bob Dylan.
They do The Harder They Come. Is that the
yeah,
reggae?
yeah.
Wow.
Well, years.
who
This has
says-
got to be 73, right?
74, I think.
74.
This is on Fantasy, which is a jazz label. Oh, look at that beautiful.
Fantasy.
Look at that beautiful.
Live at the Keystone. Wow, that's a cool show then. That.
Mel
That's
Saunders.
mint. He's still playing, guys. You could see Merle still jamming. I think John Kahn maybe as well.
This is mint, near mint. I never, if it's open, it's not mint.
So
But,
it's not mint. True.
but it sounds excellent.
But what was big about this time is this is 73, 74. So Jerry is just getting into his Jerry Garcia Band, which was never called that until later on. But, you know, he would play at the local clubs in the area and pull in artists he wanted to work with. Now, what a lot of people say about some songs on Wake of the Flood, like Road Jimmy Rowe, and then songs on From the Mars Hotel, which came like right after each other, they say that there's a reggae influence.
Oh, really?
That's what a lot of scholars or audiophiles or Deadheads say. So it's cool that he does. Who does Harder They Come? Who? That's not Peter.
Might be
Tosh,
Jimmy
right?
Cliff or
Oh, it's
someone.
Cliff.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
Jimmy Cliff.
Yeah.
So he was listening to that stuff, which is cool to hear the influence in his music, because reggae wasn't really mainstream yet. When you say it get mainstream,
Until after I Shot the Sheriff was probably around the same time.
around the same
That's probably
time.
why they did
That's
it.
probably
Yeah,
why I
right.
started to get there.
And
What's
we have
that?
some of this.
That
Hornsby?
Bruce Hornsby.
Yeah,
So
just
Bruce
talk-
Hornsby joined in, I think,
Yeah.
September 1990. Joined
Yeah,
the Dead,
yeah.
and he's still out there doing awesome
Right.
stuff.
And
We
this
love
is
Bruce.
this is the classic. If you get by one Hornsby,
Yeah.
this is The Way It Is on it. It's great.
Oh wow, Tupac.
And this is
remastered that.
produced by Huey Lewis
Yeah, that's cool.
from Huey Lewis and the.
He was with them for like 2 years, 90 to 92.
And this is a reissue because this is a RCA, but it has previous released as another number. So
Then we got another Kingfish live at the Roxy.
one has that.
No, this is I've never even
No.
seen this.
no,
This is 81. So
so
you
they
know,
were around a long time.
so Bobby was, you know, ripping around with this crew of pranksters while still being very active in the Dead, which is incredible to
I'll show you
realize.
the inner sleeve.
You recognize any of the
I
artists?
have this.
What
Oh,
would you write on that? This is
this
cool.
is what I
You
write.
archived it.
Yeah, I write yard sale fine $1, 7/120 clean 7/15/20.
That's when you cleaned it. Nice.
But look at that, Sean.
wow.
That's near
Man,
Mint.
that's a cool label.
Yeah,
Townhouse.
live at the Roxy. Roxy's a famous venue, as you
Where
all
is
know.
it? In New York?
The Roxy is California, I believe.
Yeah.
I believe. Hollywood.
Hollywood.
Yeah, Hollywood. Yeah.
So let's see who's on this. Dave Torbert. You mentioned him before, right?
Yeah.
What was he in? Yellow, you said?
No, I didn't mention him today. Where is he?
Dave Torbert.
I just mentioned that he was on something. I don't know what he's from.
Matthew Kelly. Anything on him?
No, we can look him up. He played hard.
Bobby Hodenot.
Right.
Hodenot.
No.
Don't know him. Chris Harold. Anyone?
No.
Anyone out there? No. And then Bob Weir. Don't know him.
But they do a round and round, which is
Yeah,
Very
it's good.
Hypnotized. Is that
What do they do?
Hypnotized?
Let's
Is
see.
that
Juke Muleskin.
is Hypnotized from the Fleetwood Mac?
Possibly.
Bob Welsh?
Possibly. Beats me.
No, Torbett Kelly. So,
Oh, so some of these are original. Dave
but
Torbett,
they use
Matthew
the same.
Kelly.
They use different. They use the same name.
Yeah, this is cool though,
That's
guys.
cool.
I mean, you don't
Yeah.
see this often. That's why we
Hard
wanted
to find.
pull it, show you some of
I'll
the
be honest,
secrets.
this is on eBay.
Now we got a Keith and Donna OG 75. So the Dead, everyone's deep in their independent stuff because they didn't tour in 75. They did release Blues from Allah. Oh, look, now we're jumping right back to where we were because we got Merle Saunders.
Oh,
We
really?
got John Kahn, who was in the Jerry Garcia Live at Keystone.
Pull it out.
Put that out for us.
There you go.
Still got the shrink on it. Wow. And I guess that's probably their baby, I want to say. It's probably the kid they just had in 74, who was also on the other.
Right,
Mars
the baby.
Hotel.
Right. 2 years later.
I'm trying to remember the name of their kid. I've heard her say it, but it's something cool like
Stream.
Zion. It's Zion.
Zion.
Zion is name. And this is again Round Records. You want to pull up the lane?
Rounder?
It's just Round. You keep saying Rounder, but I don't have the heart to correct you on air.
I thought it was Rounder.
It's just Round.
You
dog.
sure?
Hey, look, it's right there, Round.
Oh, wow.
But I like Rounders. So
Yeah,
we call them
yeah.
Rounders.
Yeah.
That's what we call them.
There it is, Rounder Records. Round.
Round Records.
Once I say it, it forms a habit. We'll
That's
edit
cool.
that out.
We'll edit that out.
But this has a sticker on the label.
Yeah,
So this
UA,
this may have covered something because for them to put
Yeah, why'd they put
a sticker on the
And why United Artists on a Round record?
oh, that's why it's the sticker, because they may have acquired the rights
Ah,
and this is still interesting. That's it.
that's kind of cool. Check
Just
that
broke
out.
the code.
Broke the code. Let's see if I
And this
recognize
has some.
these.
They do River Deep Mountain High on here,
Yeah,
which everyone did.
they got awesome. Well, who's on? Who else is on it from the crew?
Merle,
Yeah, John Kahn,
Bill Wolf
Jim Brereton drums,
John
Bernard
Kahn
Purdy drums,
with a K. Yeah, but Jerry's on this.
Jerry's on it.
Chrissy Stewart.
Denny Sywell drums.
Jerry's on Poco albums. He's on
He's
everybody.
on everyone's.
Yeah.
He was just hanging around.
Yeah,
Jerry did anything to get out of the house.
right.
This is cool. This is some other iconic
That's a rare one.
artwork. Bobby and the Midnights with the cat, and it looks like he's got a little violin. I don't know, you can't really see. Can you see that under his paw there? Right? What do you think that is? See, he's got a little violin.
Yeah, it's a fiddle. It's a
Little
fiddle.
fiddle. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Fiddler on the roof. Cat on a tin roof.
Right, hot cat.
Dogs in a pile. So let's see what records. This is another Arista.
Lyric Inner.
That's
So
pretty
young. We
cool.
just saw him, right?
Yeah, we just saw Big Bob.
Right.
Hopefully I'll make it out to the Sphere. If anyone wants to donate, let me know. Gotta get out there. Going down the road feeling bad. Alright, that's cool. This is a great... I've never listened to this one. I listened to most of the Kingfish, but I never did Bobby and the Midnights. This would be cool to see. It
We'll have
looks
to
like this is
transfer this.
80s Bob.
We'll have to transfer
Yeah, this
this.
is 81.
Okay.
So what else was 81? Was another Kingfish Live at the Roxy 81?
Yeah, so he was doing back and forth.
Whatever.
Oh, you know what's on here? It's amazing.
Brent's on this too.
Billy Cobham, the famous jazz drummer.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Billy Cobham, that's Billy Cobham right
yeah,
here.
yeah. He's sweet.
And Alfonso
He played
Johnson.
with Miles, right?
So this is, he played with Miles.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, not
Think
sure,
so.
but he just,
He was just
he
on a
played
lot of
with,
stuff.
I believe, maybe Return to Forever, a bunch of jazz bands, maybe Mahavishnu,
Got it.
but a lot of stuff. You can look it up.
Wow.
But that was good. I didn't know that.
That's sweet.
Right.
And then we got another Round Records, Olden and the Way. This is a mint copy Tone has.
It's hard to find.
People love Olden
Very
and the Way.
desirable.
This is his bluegrass offshoot. Also, I think 73.
Is it an original
This is
round?
75. This came out. Yeah,
Original round?
I think so.
Yeah, nice.
Original Round Records.
Right. Put
You
this
got
up great artwork.
great artwork.
This is a really nice copy.
It's got Peter Rowan on it, David Grisman, a lot of his bluegrass folk friends. Peter Rowan was in that early Bay Area scene. He's like the Rowan brothers, right? Aren't they like a folk duo?
Right.
Were they at Woodstock or something?
No, I don't know. They may have been. Maybe Woodstock 4.
Maybe one of those. But I mean, this is really cool because they're doing Wild Horses, which at the time was pretty new.
Ooh,
when that came out, 73 originally.
Yeah, Wild Horses. Wow, so it's new.
Knocking on Heaven's Door.
Wow,
Which
nice.
they have as a traditional, but I always thought that was Dylan. But
That's
maybe
Dylan.
it's
No,
maybe
I
something
don't.
different. Midnight Moonlight's a fun song. I like that.
Panama Red. That's a
Panama
classic.
Red. So that's New Riders is their
Right.
other friends. Maybe Peter Rowan's from New Riders. That's what he's in.
Well, Vassar Clements is on here. He's playing violin, so
they got Vassar Clements, who was an OG
yeah, this is all
in the
this is all
bluegrass.
good.
Jerry used to travel around with his friends. I think Peter Rowan and
this
sometimes
is
David
all-
Grisman. And they would follow around the bluegrass circuit in the early 60s. So they saw Vassar Clements play when they were younger. And then they called him up to get on this record with them.
1973.
Play live.
So
Yeah.
so much history. We have to
Too much history.
It's hard to remember it all, but
pull it together.
if you guys go to Wikipedia and look up any of these records,
You'll get all the info.
you could correct us because we're probably telling you stuff that's not true.
Yeah.
But
well,
no,
not true
no.
on our timeline.
Right,
In some
right.
other universe.
That's another cutout, which is hard to believe.
Another cutout. This is great. Cats Under the Stars is a huge Jerry.
Is that the same
Jerry
cat that's
solo.
on that?
Oh, this is interesting.
Yeah.
So they're still,
It's
even
a
though they're
cast.
apart, they're still kind
There's
of.
like a connection
There's
there.
a connection. They
Right.
what the Dead called the group mind,
And a black cat always symbolized bad luck.
which the Dead like.
But they reversed it.
They
And
reverse
it's
it.
good luck.
They flip it around like they do with everything.
Black cat crossed my path.
That's it. Black cat moan.
And this is winking.
Yeah. This guy's a little more Sphinx-like.
Right,
But that's a cool
right,
connection.
right.
So wait, that's 81. This is 78. So Bobby
Yeah.
copied his big brother.
Right.
Here, big brother Jared.
Good point.
This is sweet. I mean, this is a great album. And Betty Cantor and Bob Matthews did the engineering, who do a lot of the engineering
And
for the
we
Dead.
have a connection.
Soundboard.
We have another Elvis connection here.
Yeah.
Did you see it?
No.
Ronnie Tutt, who plays drums for Elvis live. Ronnie Tutt just passed away.
Wow.
He's a great drummer. And Ronnie Tutt, during the rehearsal or during the auditions, Elvis must have auditioned hundreds of drummers, but what Ronnie would do is, when Elvis did a move, he would accent it on the drums. And of course,
To
the
embolden.
narcissist of Elvis loved that.
He loved that.
And he would go, Elvis would make a move, boom. So Ronnie
Elvis.
Tutt's the drummer. And also on here is Mel Saunders and also Maria Muldaur,
I don't know who she
who
is.
does the great Midnight at the Oasis.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I just got the chills.
And then it looks like you have more Godshows. So Keith's family, Ryan and Candy Godshow on violins. That's kind of cool. Must be his
I
siblings.
have to play all
I
these
know his
records
brother
now.
was a musician, but I don't know anything about Candy. For his brother. The good old Grateful Dead cast is where I get a lot of info in addition to
Lyric
reading books
page.
about them.
And Arista.
Arista. So you guys should check out the good old Grateful Dead cast on Spotify or wherever you like to listen.
We're saving
cool
one of the
info.
rarest ones for last. This is another one coming up.
So now we got Jerry Garcia,
Plugged in.
solo.
Electric, right?
What year is this now? I want to say that I feel like this might be 73 or something.
Is that Gatefold? No.
Nah.
This is when I saw him at school, maybe.
No, you
Oh,
saw him
another
later in
round.
78. You saw him.
So is this on round?
Yeah, this is on round.
UA round. So this
wow.
is interesting because the jacket is UA, but the record is an original round.
That's weird. What's
Well-
up with that? Maybe UA printed their
Well, UA probably bought them, but used their own, but bought their contents.
like a subsidiary,
The contents,
like a
yeah, right there.
side shot.
Well, no, if UA bought them and they had records pressed, they would just put them in their sleeves.
Right.
So there you go. Very nice.
Interesting. So this is later than I thought.
But this is almost like a
76.
Dead album.
Yeah, this is basically a Dead album, right? Yeah,
right.
everyone on there's in the Dead.
Right.
Oh, and you got Ronnie Tutt again.
Oh, Ronnie Tutt.
Oh, and Nicky Hopkins.
Nicky Hopkins.
So you got Nicky Hopkins who does the sax and stuff. Does a lot with the Stones, right? Nicky Hopkins. Bobby Keys.
Nicky Hopkins is keyboards.
Oh, he's keyboards. Yeah,
keyboards.
Bobby Keys does.
And Larry Crenshaw is famous for playing with Joni Mitchell, people like that from California.
Yeah, Nicky.
So everyone knew who was good.
Everyone knew who was good and was jumping on.
These guys never stopped working.
Never stopped rocking.
Okay, here we have the last but not least.
The music never stopped, as you say. And now we have we got Digga from Mickey Hart. His exploration into rhythm and percussion.
African rhythms.
Yeah, this is cool. I mean, this album goes deep. Special thanks. Got a lot.
It's a beautiful silver.
Really cool.
I think this was reissued.
Check out the art.
That's on UA as well.
Pretty sweet. Pretty sweet.
Still an original shrink. It's a cutout. Oh, it's on Round.
Round Records. It was Jerry and the other guy owned that. So I think when Grateful Dead records kind of got too complicated, they all.
Well, no, here it says United Artists, so they just kept the logo.
What it must have been is it's the same as like you got Universal, but you'll have like Virgin or someone like under Universal family.
But also like the Stones are distributed by Atlantic or whatever.
Right.
So here you have Rounder being distributed by UA.
That's what it is. They have their label and then they have their distributor.
And this is like a foil.
That's sweet.
I'll just bring it closer. This says, this album is dedicated to our friend and teacher, Ustad Allah Ranka, to all drummers everywhere.
Wow. What year's Digga? Is it 75, 74?
Do you know your Roman numerals?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Right
there.
What did it say on the record?
No, 76.
76?
Yep.
Wow.
Wow, it's a long time.
Wow. Yeah.
Well, there you have it.
There you have it, team.
We're gonna be putting this up probably today.
Yeah.
So Dave, thanks. We're gonna link to Dudu and subscribe to his channel. Check him out. Check out all our people who comment. They're all good people. Everybody in the VC is great. But so Sean, what are we gonna do next? Part 2?
Part 2, we'll do Dave's picks, and we'll go over some of the Europe 72 releases they've done recently from GD Productions. And if you like the hat I got, it's from a cool independent guy. What's he called? Black-Throated Mercantile.
Nice.
Find him on Instagram. But that's going down the road feeling bad. It's a good one.
Well, we'll link this to his website.
Yeah, we like that. We'll drop them in there.
Okay, so check you out later. Have a great Father's Day. Thanks, Sean.
Thanks.
Drop it in.
We'll see you. Thanks,
and,
guys.
this will be posted soon, so please subscribe. Please like.
Wow.
Send this to your dead people.
Send it out.
The ones that are still living. And we'll see you later. Thanks.
Dad. See
We're
ya.
going to shut this off now.